squishy. Bye, squishy. So right now we are shuffling trucks around. I'm gonna go over and try to fix the bearing on that header. Dad's spraying the wheat ground that I planted yesterday. We're gonna knock out some beans, and if we get a chance, we're gonna plant one more wheat field. All right, the bearing ain't fixed itself. It's gonna be fun. There's some proof that Kayla and I are the same age. That's us at our high school prom. Harvest doing so good, even the camera equipment protesting.
Hey guys, I had a little bit of technical difficulties and the previous clip didn't record, but in the previous clip I was taking this bearing apart and I was trying to take this keeper off, and the screw, the set screw, it stripped out, so I'm having to cut it off. And first we attempt it with a hacksaw. Just stand by. Lots of working words, lots of beeping.
Watch that shaft.
I'm not anywhere near the shaft. See, it's up against, if you look at that bearing, it's got a collar inside it. Right there's the collar of the bearing, right there's the lock collar. Turn. Hold it. Set screws out.
BJ is still working on the bearing. We've got part of it out, but the race of the bearing is still stuck on the shaft. So while he's under there, I'm gonna grease part of the combine. And BJ said he needs a little bit of sandpaper for his shaft. So I'm gonna go find some sandpaper. I ain't declaring victory yet. BJ, we've been demoted. Dad told me to turn the camera on because he's doing something good, and he says I never record it. So here we go, Dad.
He just won't make a video cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just edits it out.
No, I'll put it in there twice. Get it?
Dive down to the pieces I got to get in the back. Thought maybe it'd move, but it'd be hot, but it ain't moving.
Yeah, we're still not having much luck here. We cannot get our new bearing to seat up in there just right. Basically, we're having trouble getting this shaft in the right spot to where we can tap that bearing in there. So Dad's going to fabricate some kind of holder so we can get that. But if you look at the weather, we need to get this combine moving, and it's 1:30. Awesome. Everybody's getting hangry, so I think we're going to go eat a ham sandwich. Come back here and reevaluate the situation. My prediction is we end up using one combine today because we're not getting anything done. We need to get one combine in the field at least. Our original plan was I was going to do this field with my combine. Dad was going to move up the road. BJ was going to cart for both of us, and we were going to knock out 2 30-acre fields at one time. That's went real well so far.
Yeah, he's did a...
All right, let's go fix this thing so we can go combine. Oh wait, it's raining. Looks like my windows are down.
Huh? Hit it. Where was it? God.
That didn't work. Dad said he hit this thing one time and it broke. So that's no good. And we're off to get parts. Gotta go all the way to London, folks, so get ready, we're going on the plane. Not really, we're going to London, Ohio. Yeah, I got back from a parts run. When I got back, Dad brought his combine over here in his head, harvested it off as a parking lot, and then he decided that we needed to rebuild the sickles in his head. His are getting real dull, so turns out it doesn't take that long when you have 6 people doing it.
Go get the grinder. High. Oh, high. Not a comfortable place to lie.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Yeah, look at that. Got my ears lowered, trim my beard. Anyways, we got the head fixed. Yep, we got that bearing tapped on there this morning. So I'm gonna take this head, throw it over there. As you can see, it's a little damp. And I think we're gonna switch over to do corn. And like I said, we're gonna switch that combine right there over to do corn. This one's gonna stay on beans. There is a chance maybe this afternoon if the sun would come out, we could try to run some more beans today, but I doubt it happens. All right, we're switching Dad's combine over to do corn. And then he comes out from the office and says, "Hold on, boys, stop what you're doing." Okay. Then he says, "I'm just gonna tell him to bring a new combine down." So it says he's got $3 million coming from somewhere, so let's get the story on this.
Got fine now.
Payment approval. Lisa Bagwell, thank you very much for the $3.5 million.
Super chat.
Do we just have, yeah, do we just have to send our bank account to Serbia or something?
No.
Yeah.
Just forward them that email. That'll work like cash on it.
Yeah, there we go.
UBA bank contact name, Dr. Fred. Seems legit.
I feel like we have an uncle named Dr. Fred.
Yeah, seems legit.
Anybody know Dr. Fred?
what's
He's
your-
probably related to Dr.
They're
Phil.
asking for your social security number. What is it? I'll put it in here.
926.
I just got this feeling we better just go ahead and keep switching. So what would you get? Green, yellow, gray, silver cedar?
Silver gleaner. What do you mean silver cedar? Silver gleaner.
Oh.
Cleaner with a gleaner. It goes in the feeder house. The feeder house goes to the right. The next feeder house goes into the transverse rotor, and it goes in there and it comes out the side, out the back little hole, and out, it's down, and all the grain goes down in the screen.
Folks, he has not had a gleaner since 1991. Probably hasn't changed a whole lot though.
You know what? I probably learned just as many words when he was working on that gleaner as Dax has when we work on these. So.
Action.
This is a $500 bar special tool to turn the cylinder.
Yeah, custom ordered.
Yep.
Email us, Dad'll mail you one out.
Almost $500, I think it was. I'd probably take $10 for one.
Pretty aggressive sale price.
Yeah, it's... BJ, did you guys run sales like that?
No.
Now, part of the process here is you have to manually turn that cylinder by hand, and then you have to take a couple bolts out, put them in a different spot. Basically, he's taking the cylinder out of high and putting it in low range. So BJ, he is taking the Kenworth over to the depot. I think he's going to dump it. Dad's going to harvest off a place in this field for him to park it. And then we got to go get the grain cart. Probably grab a bite to eat for lunch real quick. Then Larry should be here and we'll be ready to roll. Well, I don't guess BJ's going to dump that truck right now. Since I had to come up and get BJ and he couldn't bring a truck down, I'm going to take this black one. And he's going to take Dad's pickup. Do our walk around. Alright, moving the rest of the trucks around. Larry's here now. Red Kenworth has a little bit of beans on it. Dad happened to have in his combine still this morning. He's going to dump them, take it down the field. I'm going to take the smaller truck down. And hey, Dad's probably got a load by now. Go check on Squishy while we're here. Now there's been some expressed concern about Squishy's well-being this winter. Rest assured, Squishy will not be in the cold. He's probably going to be living in that test shack. That is my guess. Right now he lives under it. I wonder if BJ doesn't get the memo. The combine's full. I think we're having communication issues. Dad's radio ain't working, so BJ's giving him a backup. Pick that up right there.
They're shelling corn today, Monday. Got started about 1 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock now. Didn't know if his camera's working or not. I guess the battery's still up. Been in here for a while. We had a little shower of rain yesterday, 10th or so. Enough to mess up bean harvest. We could probably run beans this evening now, maybe, but we'll probably do this and go to beans tomorrow. That'd be nice. So, about 45 acres this field here. Maybe we can get it off tonight. Hopefully we got it opened up now. Not too bad of corn. Planted with the Fit Momentum planter. So it's a good stand.
Alright, get everything opened up over here. Larry should be coming directly with the first load. We'll get her dumped and repeat the process. Hopefully a lot of times today. Gotta make sure that door is all the way up. See what happens when you don't make sure the door is all the way up? Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, let's get this truck a dumping. Now, I just took Larry back to the field. That way we have one truck dumping all the time. It's the only way we're gonna have any chance of keeping up.
Getting pretty dusty. Dusty soybeans on most of this corn. Once we last run it, it's black fungus or dust on now. The combine is black.
We're 6 trucks in so far. They're not waiting on trucks yet, but Larry's having to wait on me every time he gets over here. Usually I get one hopper done before he gets back. But we're making the most of what we got. I'd say this place is a little outdated when it comes to corn harvest. We're not storing a whole lot of corn here. Basically we got like one more bin to fill up, and then all the rest of the corn will be going over to the new facility. Now last year we only stored 1 bin here of corn. This year we're storing a couple more. Because of that AGI system, we really wanted to take advantage of the benefits it offered for soybeans. So that's why we are storing some more corn over here. For example, that bin last year had beans in it. This year it's going to have corn. George stopped in for a quick BSing session. We're getting educated. They must have kicked him out of his camp spot. Must have overstayed his welcome. Well, George left. Well, I was here, asked if he wanted to eat dinner with us. Caleb's getting ready to bring dinner. He'd already ate. He got here at 5. I see the meal wagon.
Looking good in my Jeremy.
Sure are. Miss Big Iron.
Daddy, look, my glasses.
You got some sunglasses, bub? The real question is, do you have food?
Yes.
Hi, Livy.
Now we do have food.
Okay. If you bring them food, they'll stop. They finished that field they were in. They're moving to another field. Bins are on the way, so they stopped to eat. You got anything funny to say? Everyone thinks you're funny and cool. Getting a ride back to this field, taking this truck in, and yeah, another 70 acres of corn down. Alright, I got the dryers set to run the rest of the night. Finish the corn over here that we were going to try to do. I think the plan now is in the morning we're going to switch back to beans. Really wanting to get our beans out while we can. Right now they're all ready. And it looks like we got a nice, like 5 straight days. So hopefully going to really hammer out those soybeans, try to get the rest of them harvested. Or make a big dent anyway. So we won't let this run this evening. We have more corn in that bin to transfer over to the overhead tanks to run through the dryer to go into that bin. That's what Larry's going to do in the morning while we are getting the combines ready to run beans. Dad went down to the bottoms. He's actually going to try some down there. It's more or less just making us a place to park our header carts so we can do this beans down there. That corn is not close to ready yet. He said it's still around 25 to 28%. And for us, that's a little too wet. I think I'm going to drive the rock saw down and see how it's going. Everything up here is ready to run all night. That's it.
Okay, gonna call it a night, fold things up. Be a little bit down here at the bottoms, just here, so we can get down with the bean heads on. It's 23, 24% moisture. The replant's wetter than that. It'll be a while before we get down here anyway. So we got a lot of beans to get done. It'll be a nice week, so we get these beans done, hopefully.
Guess I'll be a nice brother and open the shed for BJ.